Is World of Warcraft still worth it?
What was the best expansion in your opinion?
What do you think about the Endgame today?
What was your first experience?
Welcome, guys, to the GP podcast. Today with Stefan, aka Bazooka Bird, and myself, Mick, aka Van Mick. Today we're discussing a lovely topic of ours because you guys said for a long time we're World of Warcraft endies, and today we're talking about World of Warcraft. Yeah, Stefan, what is going on in the next days in your gaming life and life?
So, what's up, guys? Yeah, like I already told in the last podcast, I am going to level all the characters I have in World of Warcraft to the max level of level 80. That's my goal for the week. Also, getting better equipped for my DK because this week was pretty shitty. Great Vault. I have to take the LFR equipment.
Really crazy.
Yeah. So for the style, I went for the style this week because I had free trinkets down in my Delph
Three. Jesus.
Delph row, and it was everything. Even one was not listed on my best list actually.
Jesus.
So yeah, that was pretty shit. But still okay. And getting all... I think also I will go this week for all sets. Probably. If
From
not,
the
then...
anniversary, yeah.
Yeah, I will go for all sets. But probably it will last to next week. Probably. Yeah, pretty sure. So, yeah, that's my gaming thing. Next week, I think, we'll also start the new season in Pro Store. So, going rank, trying to get to master. And other than that, in gaming, I would say nothing else. And private, my mother is coming next week. So, but she's at the moment sick, so maybe she will not come. But hopefully, 1 week should be enough to get healthy again. Let's see. But yeah, I think this weekend is also meetup, Digital Nomad meetup. I'm still in Portugal, but I'm actually in the kind of mood to want to go again to a different place because it's too cold here. Crazy. Yeah, it's getting cold. It's getting really fast dark. Like at 6, it's already completely dark. And Mila wakes up at 4, 5. So not much time spending outside because of that. Too cold, too dark. That's a problem. But yeah, Mila is developing fast and getting every day better in everything. So crazy time.
Still, every time a lot to do with her. Huh?
Yeah, but it's nice seeing her, like the developing process of her. That's the best thing of having a kid, actually.
No, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
What's about you, Michael? Where are you? Tell the people where are you with a nice background.
You can see I'm sitting in China. Yeah, I arrived yesterday in China, actually. It's my first time here. I'm in Beijing. And tomorrow I will go and visit the Great Wall in Beijing. The wall they built against the Mongolians. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. That's the reason why I'm in Beijing. And next week on Tuesday, I will go to Shanghai then and spend a couple days in Shanghai to see Shanghai. And yeah, then fly to Vietnam and spend a longer time there to, not to travel too much because traveling too much is exhausting, and also not the perfect way because you have to adjust to everything all the time. So yeah. But it's cool, definitely.
Nice.
And in gaming, I hope I can game. I'm not sure because when you're traveling and you're staying in hotels, the Wi-Fi is always shit. I was thinking about we have to invent something to equip every fucking hotel with very good Wi-Fi, because that is, I've never been in a hotel with good Wi-Fi. Never. Good and reliable Wi-Fi. That's such a niche in hotels. It's crazy. Yeah. So I'm dependent on my mobile Wi-Fi or mobile data, right? And the thing is, you have to buy the mobile data for sure, and it costs every time for another package and stuff like that. So it's not the cheapest way to do it. Today I
Yeah.
had to upload the podcast. That was six
Shit.
six gigabyte or something like that. That cost me, I think, $20.
Yo! Shit.
Yeah, and I thought, how can I? There was no workaround, because I I have to upload it.
Could
Even if
could
you can upload it, I have to upload it. So there was no way around. Yeah.
yeah, could you not go like to like a coffee or something like that?
Yeah,
Coffee shop?
unfortunately not today, because we have the podcast recording.
Yeah.
And I finished the podcast cutting and stuff like that in the afternoon, so I only had 1
Okay.
hour. It was not possible. For the next podcast on Monday, I have to do it because it's too crazy, man.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. I would say give this video a thumbs up for Michael's effort. Spending $20 to upload one podcast series, crazy.
Jesus. In total, I think I spent already $80 or something like that on Wi-Fi now. It's completely ridiculous, bro.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So we'll see if I can game. I have yeah. We'll see. But I am only here till Tuesday, so and then I think
Yeah.
I will have better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're short time in China, so I think you have a lot of time visiting stuff and seeing stuff, I think so. Maybe less time for gaming, right?
Yeah, I will use the time a little bit more for exploring than especially on the weekend. Yeah,
Awesome.
that's about it. Then I would say let's start in one of our most favorite games, World of Warcraft. And the intro question was, what was World of Warcraft's best expansion? And you have probably one question for that as well. So let's dive into it.
All right. So I would start with a different question first.
Sure.
So first question was, how did you come into World of Warcraft and what was your first experience?
Ooh, that's a very interesting question. So how did I start? How did I get to World of Warcraft? I had one friend in my school, and his sister and his sister's boyfriend, they were playing World of Warcraft, and this friend, he was playing World of Warcraft on the account of his sister, so they were sharing it. Sometimes he was allowed to play it, and yeah, sometimes I was going to him and sit next to him and was watching all the time World of Warcraft, because I was 12 years old then, and it was almost not possible for me to make a subscription for it. I mean, you have to explain it to your parents that you pay $13 a month for a game, and that was at this time it was a lot of money, and you also needed a very good internet connection. And yeah, then I saved money for myself to buy the game, and at this time it was for PaySafe cards, for game cards. Then you could buy 60 days of subscription time and stuff like that. So then there came the time where I bought my first game in World of Warcraft. But I think before, no, that was true. That was my first experience, was on the normal servers. Yeah, that was after I watched the game next to my friend there, but
Future
afterwards,
streaming.
Sorry.
Future streaming, sitting next to your friend and watching him playing.
Yeah, that was actually it. But it was still, I was only watching it, and I still till this day, I know the feeling how World of Warcraft looked to me, and it was so incredible because it was a different world, and you have to imagine the time back then. It was a time where you were not instantly connected to everyone. It was something such incredible that you are sharing a world with other people from everywhere around the world. That feeling and that opportunity was mind blowing. And then seeing all the players with different gear, different level, and stuff like that. And I know exactly the feeling when we were, for example, in Undercity, and there was a player max level. It was really rare to see max level guys. It was something special. And then he had a crazy the Warlock mount, the level 60 Warlock mount. And that was something really crazy. We flipped out. That was so special at these times. Yeah, that was. I still to this day I remember that feeling, and it was something really really special. Yeah, crazy.
Crazy.
How about you? Yeah, how did you start with World of Warcraft?
It's funny, like, because Michael's internet is not good, we don't see each other, but I was just smiling every time here on the other side. Because my experience was the completely opposite.
Tell me.
So, tell me, yeah. Like, the story is actually the same with League of Legends. And you and Rodolfo started playing this, actually, both. And also my cousin played World of Warcraft in first place. And I was always seeing this kind of games playing. You guys played that, or my cousin played that. And for me, it was always this crazy, shiny, too much colors. I couldn't watch it because too much colors going up. And I was always thinking, what the shit of game is this actually? Same with League of Legends. And that was actually pretty funny. But yeah, I actually don't know if I actually started first on a private server. I could not tell you. Maybe you have a better...
I think so. Yeah. I think it
Yeah,
was a private server because we played.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I started on a private server. I think it was a Rush of the Lich King.
Yes.
And I played a Shadow Priest.
Yep.
And my cousin played a rogue. I know that for sure. And Michael and our friend Rodo is also playing on that private server. And he was playing warrior, and Michael was playing priest.
Yeah, Disney priest. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael was the better priest for sure. and and yeah, they completely destroyed us in arena, and it was horrible.
That was actually we have to say to the viewers as well. When you played on the private server and you queued at the same time, you all the time played against each other in the arena, right?
Yeah.
So that was.
But yeah,
let's
come later to that point because it was funny.
Okay.
So yeah, so my experience was actually first time not that nice, but I came slowly into the game and understood slowly why it is a good game. But I had to take time to get into it because in first place I watched it and say, what is this shiny object? It's too much. And but yeah, that was my first experience. And after private server, I went to the OFI, like the official servers, and I just remembered my cousin actually bought World of Warcraft for me, and he also paid the subscription. I don't know if it was the first one, but the first one for sure. But I don't know if it's but if he paid the next one as well. But yeah, shout out to my cousin Albert. Thank you for giving me World of Warcraft, and now I'm lost everything and spent all my life into the World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a good start. You got
Yeah.
gifted the whole game and stuff like that. Other people were not so fortunate, so that sounds like a really good start. Yeah.
I think that's also the World of Warcraft community is nice. I think because of that, because people know it's a nice game, you will enjoy it, and just give it a try. I will show you will like it. I did the same thing with my nephew. I bought
Mm,
him World of Warcraft. Bought the first subscription because it's a nice game, and you have a great time with your I say important one.
mm,
Yeah. So yeah,
yeah, definitely.
you can go on.
Actually, sorry.
You can go on.
Yeah, yeah. I have. I'm still thinking about these early times in World of Warcraft, and it's when I think back, the community was completely different because when you were on a server, right? For example, I started out on Aman Tool, the server in Europe, in Germany, and when you were on a server, you actually knew everyone there. You had a guild and you knew everyone in the guild, but you knew also the people you joined in dungeons and stuff like that because there was no dungeon finder or something like that. You had to search for people within the chat. So after a time, you knew everyone on the server, and that was pretty cool because some people got a special repetition and stuff like that, a reputation and stuff like that. So it was actually like a really big community in another world. And then you knew, for example, the 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 boyfriend of my friend's sister. He said then in real life, "Yeah, come, I can help you going through this dungeon, stuff like that, and I help you out there and there." And yeah, it was just so a very familiar vibe, right? And you don't have that these days anymore in World of Warcraft because it's so global and it's not
Fast,
anymore a
fast
community. Yeah, kind of.
space.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's completely different, and this whole vibe was something very special when I think back.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Okay, you have a nice question.
Mm, yeah, I mean, we are talking about how was our first experience. What do you think? What is the first experience today for new players?
Impressive. And
You
maybe
mean
lost.
overwhelming?
Overwhelming, yeah.
Mm,
Like it's a huge game.
it
A
is.
huge story. Like even like if you have zero background and you come into the game, well you have two sides. Horde, Alliance. Then you
Mm,
have races. Each side has different races. Each race has skills, which is better for your class maybe.
mm.
And then you have how much? 12? 10? 10 classes? 12 classes?
I would say 10.
Some
Okay, I don't know.
yeah, yeah, something like that. Um so that's huge already, so you have to figure out okay, what do I want to play? And the next step is you coming into a big world with a big story, with big ways to go, and you have to make decisions, and you don't know, okay, which is the best way. So it's very complicated. But you make a video, I think, and yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, it is. I think you cannot compare it to the time when we started because the time when we started, the game was relatively new, only one or two expansions old and stuff like that. So today, as you said, it's pretty overwhelming. The new player experience is not that good, I would say. They could do way, way better. They should spend way more time in forging a very nice new player experience because the future of the game rises or falls with the new player experience. So I think they should, yeah, they should evolve something very cool for the new players. But yeah, um, let me know in the comments what do you think, how to solve that problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go on. Michael, what was the best expansion in your opinion?
Thinking about that, um, it is the thing is when you think back, you also always have this nostalgia, right? Everything is very nostalgic, and when you think back about the nostalgic things, it feels always way better. But it's probably different when you play it today because also all the people changed and stuff like that. But when I think back about these times, I would say Burning Crusade was Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King was probably my favorite expansion. But it's not so much about the expansion; it's more about how the game felt because it was, as I said in the beginning, it was like a family, like a very big community and stuff like that. So the feeling there was very cool. But when I have to judge the game um, out of how was the gameplay and stuff like that, I would probably say I had a lot of fun in Battle for Azeroth, but that was probably because we had a nice guild, we were raiding, PvP was good, everything was pretty nice, and probably Warlords of Draenor as well because we did a lot of PvP in Warlords of Draenor. We were pretty good in PvP. It was competitive, and yeah, we were pretty good into the game. So if I had to choose one, I would probably say my favorite one when we leave out the nostalgia, right? Because with nostalgia is probably one of the first ones, but
Yeah,
without nostalgic essence, I would say it was probably Battle for Azeroth. Yeah. How about
interesting.
you?
Okay, let's say the best expansion, depending on experience, in PvP was Cataclysm
Mm.
because Michael and I played goblins. I was the frost mage, Michael was the priest goblin,
Mm.
and they have like a rocket jump, and we played against warriors, and I still remember it was so funny. They're always trying to chase us, and we blink, we jumped, we frozen them. It's so funny. We had great times there, enjoying PvP there. So that's why I would say that. But Warlords of Draenor, yeah, we was really into that.
Mm.
Um, in raiding, I would say same like you, Battle for Azeroth. That was awesome.
Mm.
With my cousin as well. That was some funny jokes, funny times.
No. And
What I
also,
was,
I
uh,
the
yeah,
boss in the raid was cool, right?
yeah. That's also yeah. But the effects, like I was as a tank, one of the best damage dealer. That was pretty awesome time. I loved it. That was so
True.
hilarious. So that was nice. But in overall, I mostly enjoyed actually Legion.
Ah, yeah, true. Ah, okay. No, I forgot
Legion
about Legion.
was, yeah, Legion was
You're
sick.
right. Mm.
Starting, I think Legion was actually the start of Mythic Plus. Well, for us, I don't know if it's was before already there, but Mythic Plus, I enjoyed playing that. Um, Legion, the legendary weapons,
Yeah,
Mage Tower, all this kind of stuff was just awesome.
Jesus.
Storyline,
Mm.
crazy. Yeah, so and like I know what is nice about the past, like Burning Crusade, Rush of the Lich King, because there is this like you need to connect with people. There was like the game. and community, and now it
Mm.
was shifting to like more everything can do by solo. And if you need a group, it is easy to get a group. But it then, like, if you do now like time walking dungeon, it takes like 7 minutes, and you don't spend any time to talk with anybody. You just run through the dungeon,
No.
and then you leave the party again, and that's with
Mm.
everything. And plus, same. So you're not used to anymore to talk with people because you don't have to, because everything is just on time. And I think that was the shift from the past to the future, which is not the good thing. But I like the new modern system as well, because it is easier to get everything. Like if I would play classic now, for example, I'm lost because I would not know which direction do I have to go for the quest. I have to read the quest to get the information and this kind of stuff. So, and I'm more likely a fast pace, but I would also like the community stuff, which was in the past better. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned. I forgot completely about Legion. Legion was definitely the best expansion. You said it because the artifact weapons, and Legion dived so much into the class fantasy, and that is the best part about World of
Gul'dan,
Warcraft.
for
Yeah,
example.
yeah, it was amazing. So true, definitely Legion, and Legion reminded me as well a lot about Burning Crusade. So it has also a little bit to do with not nostalgia. Legion was very good. Yeah, definitely. Um, there was something else you said. I had something to say on. Ah, yeah, about the pace. When I think back, when I started the game, and I was discussing with this friend which got me to into World of Warcraft, we were talking
Alexander,
about.
right?
Yeah, right, Alexander, Alex. Shout out on Alex if he sees it. Um, we were talking about how long it takes to level a character from 0 to 60, and we thought, okay, maybe you can do it with one game card. So one game card was 60 days, so 2 months. It was completely different, right? You needed, for us especially, you needed 2 months for 0 to 60. So the game was not about getting quickly to max level and then do stuff. The game was the level experience.
Yeah, true.
No. Different game, but I think also it changed with the community. But because when we look at us today, for example, if the game would be old school and we have to spend a lot of time in the game, yeah, it would not be possible to play it. So yeah, it shifted with the player base, I think.
Yeah. On data space, for example, the impact on the player base. For example, Rush of the Lich King had the highest subscription numbers in WoW in WoW World of Warcraft history.
Mm.
Legion had a successful comeback after Warlords of Draenor, because Warlords of Draenor was not really nice for the community.
Was the worst expansion actually. Yeah.
Yes, classic WoW World of Warcraft returned many veterans, and a lot of new people actually loved the experience as well. And even like the how it's called, the hardcore
Mm.
classic World of Warcraft, crazy. I still
Yeah.
get videos how people are dying.
Yeah, it's starting again. Yeah,
Yeah, the Burning
there's a
Crusade had a
new server
significant
coming up.
growth by expanding the game, and
Yeah.
Shadowlands had a big hype to increase the players. Yeah, but yeah,
Mm.
Rush of Lich King was the best in subscription numbers.
Yeah, it was. I think we were about. I don't know. I'm not sure. There were crazy numbers out there. I think 12 million or 14
Yeah,
million or
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah,
It's crazy, and it was everyone was talking about it. World of Warcraft cinematics and trailers in the TV. Um, a lot of famous people talking all the time about World of Warcraft in game. You have Chuck Norris. You have it was a crazy time. Everyone was talking about World of Warcraft. It's
yeah.
it was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very interesting, definitely. In case of the change, I have a question for that.
Hmm.
We have a new end game. World of Warcraft changed a lot with the end game, right?
Hmm.
What do you think about the end game today? Are you happy with it, or would you change something with the end game? What do you think about the end game?
Hmm. Well, the end game means rating, M plus, delves, highest keys, highest delves,
PvP.
PvP, getting the highest rating. So everything is actually in highest rating, highest keys,
Yeah, end game.
fast.
End game. I would
Yeah,
say everything you can do when you reach max level, right?
yeah. I think the end game level is actually nice. So far, I love it. The only thing which is hard actually is, for example, even if you're a new player or something between, it is hard to find people, especially like for PvP, in my experience.
Mm.
If you don't have the 2K experience, the 2.4 experience, and if you go to the dungeon finder, most of them like at least 2K XP.
Yeah, true.
So I think it is hard to have a good experience in PvP at the moment,
Mm.
in my opinion. I know there are some other opinions out there, but yeah. Other than that, I like the end game. I love the raid is fantastic. I love the raid. Sometimes I have to tell, like, there are a few bosses which is really hard actually, but the mechanics this time, I love it
Mm.
really, because it is really, they thought about different kind of things. You have to see a lot of stuff. It was funny. I saw a video about raiding in the past, like Burning Crusade, where
Mm.
you just stand and making your cast, and now a lot of things are happening.
No,
You have to move, you have to jump, you have to do a lot of stuff. That was
it's
actually
a
funny
different
this video.
game. It's a different game.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the end game, I have to say, yeah.
Mm.
But I would say also, what I don't like about the end game is if you play it on a normal base and not like spending every day like at least 2 to 3 hours. There's a lot of stuff you have to do, and if you then come
Mm.
to into game, then you think, okay, I have to do that, I have to do that. Okay, what is more important? Well, I will do that.
Mm.
So it is also a little bit too much, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also what gets or what creates a little bit of FOMO inside you is the seasons, right? Because you know the
Yeah,
season at some point is over, and then you can't do the Mythic Keystone Master or the PvP stuff or something like that anymore, or
getting mounts.
getting mounts, right? A lot of stuff. So also a little bit FOMO, and you think, oh, you have to do it, but you don't have the time to do everything. It's a little bit overwhelming. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But
I,
yeah,
do you
yeah,
continue, or should I go with the next question?
yeah, you can go.
All right. What was the worst implementation as a feature in World of Warcraft?
The worst implementation as a feature.
I'm
Do we have
excited to
something in
see
mind?
if we are thinking the same. Yeah, for sure. What is a feature which is implemented, but you actually used it like a few times and now not even once anymore?
No, I'm on the spot. I don't know. I can't.
Think about
Probably.
Pokemon.
But a lot of people are using it, and I used it. I used it a couple times, but not anymore. But sure, I actually, yeah, the 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 pet battles, I actually thought about it
Yes.
a, a week ago or something like that. I thought, Jesus, if World of Warcraft takes the pet battles and makes an application for the phone out of it, and you can play the pet battles on the phone, Jesus, I would play it. That would be the crazy cool thing. But yeah, I think it has potential. But yeah,
I give you
sure.
that point, yeah. But like, you're playing MMORPG, bro. What the hell? If I want to play Pokemon, I play Pokemon. But I want to fight bosses and not any pets.
Yeah, for sure.
So
It's
that's, in my opinion, the worst implementation which
mm,
happened. But I understand the background behind it.
mm,
But yeah, do you
yeah.
have other feature? If you say no, that's nice.
The thing is, it's difficult because when I was thinking about, for example, the end game, everything is nice in the end game and all the features in there I like. But the only thing I'm missing is this feeling from this old school feeling, right? When you connect with people and you have to connect with people and you get to know people on the server and stuff like that. So and
Mm-hmm.
that happened because of the dungeon browser. But I'm for sure you need the dungeon browser, but I I wanted to see what World of Warcraft would look like if the dungeon browser would not be introduced in the past. I'm only curious what would World of Warcraft look like. You know, I'm not sure if it was a bad decision. I think it was a good decision for convenience and stuff like that because the world is getting quicker. But I'm only curious what would World of Warcraft look like if this feature would not be there.
Yeah, I want to ask you that if the dungeon fighter was a problem and maybe the wrong move.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's still, you need it somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it would be also possible without, because it worked before and the people were happier actually
Yeah, but
and
you have
had a
to
better
see.
experience. But yeah, no.
All the people were growing up and don't have that much time to play the game anymore. And I mean, when you don't have the dungeon browser, I get it. You have
Yeah.
to search for people for half an hour, and then you can make the dungeon instead of queuing up and 10 minutes you have a group together or something like that. So I get it, but yeah, would be interesting to see where World of
We
Warcraft would
we
be
have
like.
we have again to go into the guild section.
What do you mean with that?
We are creating a guild, leading a guild,
Mm.
getting people together, and then have the experience we want.
Yeah, the thing is, the only thing how that would work would be if you don't, how can I say that in a nice way? If you don't fuck the people over and get annoyed of the people so quickly.
So I am the problem?
I mean, the thing was, we for context for the viewers, we had a guild, a Gamers Playground guild in World of Warcraft. I think we raided twice together, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't
And
know.
then suddenly, on a day when I came online again, the guild was gone.
But it wasn't gone. The players was gone. Were
Yeah,
gone.
I mean that's the same thing. Yeah. Then suddenly I came online and the only guys in the guild were you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so for the record, first of all, we never had the full rate, so we always had to pick random. So we was only like maybe 8 people.
No.
And so that's what the first point. Second point was we had a girl in the guild. Maybe that was the problem. But
She was the entertaining factor. Okay.
she was the entertaining factor, and she was bringing some other people's inside, but she was not taking everything as serious. So we had the time window about 3 hours, and she was coming like 30 minutes later, and then she was taking everyone on the wrong way. She was dying. She was AFK, and then was the point where I was with the other tank, the raid leader,
Mm.
and I was saying, so hey, we told you what you have to do, and then she was complaining and saying no, 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 no. Then I was a little bit more direct, and she could not handle that, and she left the guild. And then the raid was over, and few other people left because it was not a nice experience. I can understand that, but yeah, I was
I
not
think
the
that's
problem, in my opinion.
I think that's the thing when it comes to creating a balanced experience for all the users and stuff like that. Your personality is probably a little bit too direct, you know, to have it, because your personality is competitive and very
True.
direct, and most of the people
True.
in the world cannot take that. So your ambition is good, but you need a filter in between you and the people to communicate it in a healthy way. Yeah.
Yes, but like most, like for example, in what was it? Battle for Azeroth.
Mm.
We had a nice experience. We had a full group. Everything
But
was working.
we were not the leaders. We were only members. That was the thing.
Yeah, that's true. But still, we was like together, like always, and there was no problem. And we still wiped sometimes and had mistakes. And I could also like I have not a problem to say something inside that.
Yeah.
The
But
only
I think.
problem was there because she was not serious. She was always taking mistakes, and her mistakes was problem wiped. She was not doing the second time, the third time, the fourth time anything changing. She always did some
Mm.
mistakes, and that was the problem. And if you like still talk about me that you're not the problem, and it is but the problem, the experience for the other one is also bad, and everyone else is thinking the same. And I was like speaking what the most people thinking. But yeah,
Mm.
I give you the point. I'm more direct, and some people cannot handle that. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way. By the way. Um, only.
So Michael will be the raid leader because he can talk really nice and political correct.
No. The thing is. I think the thing is, we did the mistake in inviting the people because we made not clear what the goal is. It probably came to the people like the guild is a pretty chill guild, a very fun guild, but the ambition in total was to clear the raids without
Clear the
big
raid. Yeah.
mistakes and stuff like that. So
Oh.
we were probably more competitive as we told the people we
Think
invited. So yeah,
probably
there
yeah.
was a difference in the expectations, and that was probably the problem. Yeah.
Okay. Then we do this time. We creating a website. You can register it there. You can send us a request to join our guild,
No,
and we
we
will
don't have to
see
do
if you
that.
will.
We have an application, and we make a
All
guild
right.
there, and then
Yeah.
we invite you guys in the application.
All right. Let's do that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely possible. Yeah, but also a time investment, right?
Yes. All right. Do you have a question?
Um, yeah. What do you think? Is World of Warcraft still worth it? For example, would you recommend it to any people today to play World of Warcraft, or would you recommend them other games like League of Legends? Do you think is it still worth it?
I think I would wait to the next big patch
Mm.
or next um, expansion
Okay.
to maybe say I recommend this game. Of
Mm.
course, the game is still nice, but still, if you're starting new into this game, you will not get the experience we had because I started with Rush of the Lich King, so I had the whole experience. I get everything like Burning Crusade. Okay, I missed that, but I played Classic. Was not a huge fan of that, so okay. But so I got everything. I know the storyline. I know who died there. I know what was the problem there. So, and if you're a new player, you don't have all this information like we have, and you like max level. Like you can get like one day if you spend one day. I think you will get to max level actually, especially now.
Mm.
And then you're in the end game and don't understand anything.
Yeah.
So, yep. I think for now I would not recommend someone to start. Only if he wants, but I would wait if WoW is changing in the direction we want.
Mm. Yeah, I would say I would only recommend World of Warcraft to someone who has friends who can explain it to him or play with him. Because when you play World of Warcraft on your own and you have to learn everything, it probably takes way too long to get into everything. Because, yeah, World of Warcraft is a 20-year-old game, and yeah, 20 years of content is in the game, and it's way too much, yeah, to get into it alone. So if you have friends or something like that, then it's probably a very good decision because the game is a very good game, one of the best at the moment, I think, still. Um, but yeah, you need a guide. Without a guide, it's not possible.
Yeah, even Xario, who is doing that as a business, playing World of Warcraft for years, and don't understand how the crafting system is working, says anything.
Yeah, true, definitely. Yeah, it's too crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do you think? Which expansion brought the most significant changes or innovation into the gameplay?
Into the gameplay. Hmm.
Yes, with new mechanics.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it probably was. It probably was as well Legion, or a little
Mm-hmm.
bit Legion, or a little bit before Legion, because somewhere there was the shift of the classes that the classes got more agile in a way you play the class. So a lot of self heal came into the game, a lot of mobility for each class and stuff like that. Before, in the older expansions, it was like a class had something they are really good in, and in all the other rests they are not so good in, right? So, for example, I play as a priest. I'm really good in healing or whatever, making single target damage with a shadow priest, for example. But I'm very bad in mobility. I'm very bad in survival. I have my weaknesses, right? But nowadays the classes are all around. Every class is an all rounder. Every class can heal. Every class can have a very good mobility. Every class has sustainability. Every class has this, and that. So all the classes are all rounders. And in the past, it was like more like a rock paper scissors thing, that you can something really good and a couple other things you're really bad. So yeah, that's the biggest decision, in my opinion, in case of gameplay, which changed it completely. And I missed that a little bit because that dived a little bit more into the class fantasy, right? And I think when World of Warcraft focuses on classes and the class fantasy, then World of Warcraft is good. And that's why Legion was very good. That's why this expansion now is very good. Well, because not same as Legion, but you focus a little bit more on classes. You got more class fantasy with the hero talent trees and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think that was a big shift. What about you?
Yeah, I would go with Legion and Battle for Azeroth.
Why?
I liked Legion because the artifact weapons. Um, you could level your weapons. There was different s- spells inside the weapons. It could change the style. If you kill, for example, if you do PvP, you had different skins for your PvP weapon, legendary PvP weapon, and a lot of stuff on Magic Tower. Then you get a crazy one skin for your weapon. So I like this kind of feature, and Legion storyline was also nice. And what I liked about Battle for Azeroth is because the Void stuff. The Void
So
stuff
you no.
was crazy and nice because it changed the style how you played your character depending on what of kind of void you had on your spec
No.
and how much void you are going. If you're going like the safety world with less void, you can play more safe. You don't have too much to think about. If you go like a high void level, you have like the possibility for crazy amount of damage, which I had, for example. But also there are coming this kind of shadows. If they hit you, you get a big amount of damage. So you have to always take care of this kind of situation and moments to have the right skills to defend yourself against this incoming damage, for example.
No.
Um, but it was nice to have like different opportunities how to play and also have the opportunity to say, all right, I'm the tank, but guys, you will be staying behind me because I will do the most damage because I'm all into void. So
Mm.
I love that feature, and it was funny into the raid because in the raid it's always these kind of battles about who is doing the most damage, and then you're a tank and sitting there and getting
Mm.
everything done. It's crazy. I loved it. It was funny.
That's interesting because when you look into the forums and stuff like that, all the people were completely against these. It's called borrowed powers, and
Mm-hmm.
you were completely for the borrowed powers because Legion had those with the artifact weapon, and as you said, Battle for Azeroth with the void stuff. So you were a very big fan of the borrowed powers, and a lot of people hated, and they that was the in the new expansions, and that was what all the developers said. They want to go away from borrowed powers and more into more permanent powers and stuff like that. But I agree.
Why
The
why
void
why
stuff
do they
was
hate?
pretty cool. Why do they hate? Because
Yeah,
they said that it impacted the gameplay so much, and in the next patch or in the next expansion, it's all gone, and you feel like a loser again. For example, with the void stuff, right? It was the
hmm
same with you. You had the crazy damage and crazy stuff, and from one day to the another day with the new expansion, everything is gone.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would I agree for sure that it should be like going to the next expansion as well, and then you have like not void because we killed void, but then it's like I don't know light or something like that, and then you have different. But like the system behind it to have on your equipment stuff which can proc,
Mm.
which can make the gameplay different, but have opportunities, makes it harder.
Mm.
It's nice because
Yeah, definitely.
you don't need to have it, but if you have the possibility, why not?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
definitely. The void stuff was very cool, as you said. You could opt in to make more damage, but you have a higher risk to get killed.
Sure.
And the other side around, I liked it a lot. Yeah, if they would add something like that permanently, it would be very cool. I don't know why. I think I think it was a very
Yes.
very famous expansion, right? So I don't know why they opt out for that. Good question.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there are a lot of testing every expansion, like Wall of Draenor with the Garnison, where you can build your personal building. and
Yeah.
that's also gone. You never used it again. Why would I build a building for my own and not use it
Mm,
anymore? That's like same things. Like
that's also some people hated crazily on the garrison because their reason was that they said, okay, they're only sitting in the garrison and not in the main city anymore, where they see
hmm
other people. But I personally, I liked the garrison with building your own city and stuff like that inside World of Warcraft. That was, for me, it was really really cool. But sure, yeah, you have the downside with it. But I mean, what are you doing in a big city? You see the other people, but you don't interact with them. So what
anymore.
is the
Not
difference? Yeah,
anymore. Yeah,
not
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think the problem with the Garrison is like it should be like the every expansion should be something around it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because you would never go back to your garrison, right?
Mm, mm.
So and
That's
you
the
took
thing. Yeah.
like a whole expansion to build it, and now you don't use it anymore.
Now it's gone. Yeah, but you're right. You could have every expansion did something, introduce something new in the garrison and build something new, or I don't know, a big major attack came and destroyed something, or I don't know. It's like that is like the player housing everyone wanted, right? And
Yeah,
maybe they will. I mean, player housing will come at some point, but we will see how they will do it. Huh? Maybe
yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever seen player housing in Final Fantasy 14 online?
No.
It's like everyone, it's like really a village, and everyone has his house. And for example, we could be neighbors there, and then you can go in this little village there, and
hmm
yeah, you can buy a house there, and the neighbor is no your neighbor, so only the houses are your own, but everyone sees it, right? So it's a pretty cool thing, yeah.
Yeah, I only saw Ashes of Creation.
Mm,
They're going a crazy way with government, even where users choose the government, and
mm,
the government is then a real player, and he has like can say everything is getting higher prices now and stuff like that. So and you
did
can build this actually like if you think like your garrison is like your house, and then there are like a lot of other houses, and that's like the main city. But
mm,
people live in the city with their own houses, and they're built like I don't know portals inside his them houses and something like. And you don't go anymore back to your if you take your stone, how it's called in English,
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone, back to the city. Instead, you're going with your Hearthstone back to your house, and your
Mm,
house is in the main city, you know?
mm, yeah.
And you build your house in the city always, and your house is always going to the new city, for example. But your
Mm,
house is different with you can go different ways, for example, or make a bigger house, and you spend
yeah.
always time in the house. So I think that would be nice, and yeah, but let's see what World of Warcraft is doing.
If you have that in World of Warcraft, I would be very happy because that's a similar feature to transmog and stuff like that. I like that. The
Yeah,
self-expression.
it's your personal stuff, like your character. Character
Yeah.
is the only thing it's which you always take to the next expansion
Mm,
with all your
true.
stuff. That's the only thing. But if you have a house, which you also can take always to your next expansion, same like your mounts, your pets.
Mm,
That's also something about your thing.
yeah.
And maybe you can put some pictures from expansion which you like, and then there's different style. For example, we loved Legion, and then we can make like a Legion building, or what you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
For example, when you could make your house in the Chinese style from Mist of Pandaria or something like that, or
Yeah,
yeah, that's very cool, man. I'm
yeah,
fully in. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
curious what they will introduce it at some point, but I'm curious. I hope they will not fuck it up because it has
Let's
so
see.
much potential. Yeah. Yeah. Do
So
you have?
viewers, what
Yeah.
I have a question for viewers. What do you think about this kind of topic we just had? Like, do you think that would be nice, or you say no? put it away. We don't want base building on our World of Warcraft game.
Yeah, write us down in the comments what you think about the player housing in World of Warcraft. And yeah, do you have any questions left?
No, I would say no. That's good. 1 hour.
Okay, then let's make a wrap. If you're still listening to this point, please give us a like on this video for our effort and a sub on this YouTube account. And if you're not aware, we have an application in the App Store and Google Play Store where you can find new teammates who also play World of Warcraft like this game, and yeah, you can team up with them, can find them in the application, and then play with them in World of Warcraft. Yeah, and I would say thank you for listening. As always, the last words are yours, Stefan.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. And if you want to join our guild in World of Warcraft Gamers Playground, you need to be on the Europe server for sure. Then you can join us in Gamers Playground under our guild name Gamers Playground. And we're happy to see you in the raid or M+. And I try to be nice as possible. And all right, that's everything. See you guys next one.
Bye bye.